Hey folks, welcome back, another Poem Mass video, and yeah, I'm still working on my paper. For those who follow me on Twitter, I've been just last paper, and then I'm done with school and all that stuff, and we could focus back on more fun things. So, anyways, just you know, in the midst of that, do want to record one of these just to keep going, right, in terms of again the potential sync grid ideas that we could get for some of these 3-star 4-star gacha units, right? So there's what, 4 more left. There's no 3 4-star galler, so they're all just 5-star so far, right? Which, by the way, if you're wondering why do they only have 5? Well, because it makes sense, because all the 3 or most of the 3-star 4-stars are from launch, right? They're all launch units, and obviously when the game launched, Galar wasn't, Sword and Shield was not released yet, so that's why we're only getting 5-star Galars, right? Anyways, let's since there's only 5-star for Galars, we're just gonna group the last 3 together, right? Since there actually isn't that many per region, even though you think Unova has a lot, but Unova has a lot of 5 stars, right? Not that many 3 stars, 4 stars. Still a decent amount, but yeah. Anyways, let's get into these, right? So Bryson already has one. So first one we're gonna look at over here is Clay. Clay could actually have something very, very interesting going for him, and he needs it a lot, because at the moment he doesn't really do anything. Well, okay, he does one thing, and he does it twice, which is debuffing the opponent's speed, right, with both Mudshot and Bulldoze, which obviously, in Bulldoze's case, at least you can do a bit of damage, right? It's like a 80, 96 power move, in comparison to obviously a 39, 46 power move, although it is AoE, right? But you could, the easiest thing to slap on this is just something like Hunter's Instinct, Cakewalk, right? Very, very, very simple. Give him Hunter's Instinct, Cakewalk, and boom, you got some solid multipliers, right? Maybe even 2, maybe even both, right? So, because his stats aren't like terrible, right? 290 attack isn't like fantastic, but it's not terrible either. So it's Cakewalk on top of the innate like Cakewalk that he already has, right? That would definitely be nice. Or even give him Towering Force, I think it's called, right? The one that Hilda has. I think that's what it's called. Was it Hilda or is it Diantha? There's so many of these. No, Towering Force is defense. Whatever the special defensive version of Towering Force is, probably Diantha's, right? What is it? Brute Wits. There it is. Yeah, Brute Wits. So some of that would be nice. Maybe Inertia, because you have also speed buffs here. So I would personally like to see Brute Wits. Not that Brute Wits is better. I do think Inertia is generally better because there's more, I guess, stronger speed buffing supports than special buffing. But not a lot of units has it. So I want I want more new units to have it. So that's pretty simple. Not that again I'm saying it's like a good thing. It's just yeah, nice to see, right? So, all right, moving on. Can we get like a can we get a new crit for this guy though? All right, Joke side, Marlin. Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do with you? This guy has nothing going for him. This poor guy. For support, he does have like decent physical attack stat, I guess, and also he does have the sync move multiplier, right? Over here, the innate Towering Force, I guess. So if you want to make him a bit of a support / sync nuker, then sure, you could do that, right? Kind of make him like Misty, the original Misty, right? Starmie Misty, although I mean, I guess all 3 of them can nuke a bit. Make him a bit like Misty, I guess, would be nice, right? The thing with this guy is he doesn't have that great special defense. So when he does get targeted with this, right? When he does draw aggro, if the opponents are special, it is slightly suspect. If it's like physical, it's not like that bad, even though this isn't anything crazy for the term defense, but it's not terrible, right? On top of having X defense all, and then all HP is not crazy, but whatever, right? One big thing I do want to see fixed is the speed. The speed is definitely not very good. I don't think any of his regular move damage would do him any favors. Maybe they're gonna try and give him like Cakewalk or something, right? With Rock Tomb. They're definitely, I'd say definitely gonna give him some Hunter Instinct, which again is gonna be a trap. It's not really worth going for, I don't think, but you might have Cakewalk there, I guess. So you'll have one Sync Nuke multiplier where you raise your own defense, and then the other ones lower the opponent's speed. So yeah, again, he could potentially do some solid damage off of Syncs. I don't really see how well they could improve his support capabilities. Again, support capabilities, like they could just give him like random, like overpowered, busted, buffs like they did with Hilbert, right? But in terms of just looking at it right now, I guess some amount of special defense buffs would be nice, even if it's just for himself, right? Even if it's just for himself, that would be nice. What else? Some gradual healing for yourself might be nice as well, right? I guess. But yeah, I don't really see them doing anything too much. They might just give him like staggering on Aquatail or defense crush on Aquatail as well, right? Because they do that sometimes. Anyways, all right, that's Marlon. Moving on to Marshall. Marshall could be pretty interesting as well, right? He does have Gritty 5. What I don't want them to do is give him another Gritty whatever, right? Just build on the Gritty stuff. Not fun. Don't do that, please. Please, yeah. So he has Rock Smash, Drain Punch, all down to this, which is some gauges, defense, and this, right? So I guess with the defense, again, third time mentioning this, but Towering Force would be nice because he does max out his defense. Gives you a bit of an incentive to use this defense, other than just to make him like a sort of regen tank, which he can do if you give him some solid multipliers, right? If you give him solid multipliers, that could definitely work out. And again, when I mean solid multipliers, I do not mean gritty. No gritty. No, none of that, please. All right. Nasty Healer and Drain Punch would be nice. They might give him Insult to Injury just because he debuffs the opponent's defense, right? On a roll with Rock Smash as well. They could, you know what they could do? They could turn him into a defense debuffer / self regen tank / nuker, right? Give him a solid nuke. Even if you don't give him any like good multipliers on Drain Punch, right? Just debuffing the opponent's defenses. But here's the slight issue with that is that's too much for him to do, right? Because yeah, he could have all those things, but there's a turn limit. Well, there's not a turn, but like there's a certain amount of turns, right? Generally in a battle, and you don't have time to minus the opponent's defense to 6, on top of using the trainer move to max out your defenses, on top of healing in between with Drain Punch, on top of trying to get your Sync Nuke off. That might be a bit too much, right? So if they do give them the multipliers and such, I probably would still just run someone else to debuff the defense and just go for the Drain Punch and healing stuff. Obviously his special defense is not very good, so any help on that end would be nice, and any help on this end would be very nice as well. Because I mean, a sustained tank, right? It's gonna have the same issues with Lily Bee, right? It's you're healing, which is nice, but it's a 3-gauge move, and if you're not your main damage dealer, that's gonna be costly on your gauges, right? Especially with this speed, especially with again a 3-gauge move. Especially if you're running another damage dealer that is 3 or 4 gauge move, right? So, okay, moving on, we have Roxy over here. Again, can we please get a decent poison type damage dealer? Would be nice, right? Would be nice. So you have Fast Track over here, right, on the passive. So what you could definitely see, and it's very fast as well, what you definitely could see is stuff like ramming speed, inertia, right? Which definitely is going to be good. Definitely going to be good. Being a poison type unit, it probably could also get toxic power as well, right? Roxy doesn't need too much to be good, right? Because you already have the base stats over here that are solid, right? Good speed, good attack. Poison Jab is not the best 3-gauge move, but it's okay, right? Just give him like a toxic power 5. Give him ramming speed, and you're good. I think. They want to lean into the crit thing as well, maybe a crit strike 1 or something, right? So yeah, Roxy's not super hard to fix. Chantal. So Chantal, there's a few things you could go with this, right? What I actually do like, or would like to see, is we get either ramming speed or inertia, because again, you also max out your speed over here, but also get gritty. As a, you know, known gritty hater, when you burn yourself, when you status yourself, I don't have a problem with that, because unless the like status is like really bad, if it's like put yourself to sleep, then I don't want gritty, because that makes no sense. But you know, generally stuff like burn, especially for a special, you know, attacking unit like Chantal, get yourself burned, doesn't hurt you that much, right? Maybe you could counteract it with like a healthy healing, so like again, the chip damage isn't like that big of a deal, which generally I don't think is that big of a deal either anyways, right? But give yourself gritty, and boom, fantastic stuff. I do not want a flame proof, I want gritty. I actually want an interesting gritty unit that could actually get itself together, because again, not a lot of units could self-status themselves. In fact, is there any other units that really, you know, self-status themselves as easily as Chantal can, right? Give Chantal a gritty, gritty 8, gritty 5, and boom, you got a very, very, very good special damage healer over here, right? So, yeah, don't care about stuff like power reserve. I'd rather just have healthy healing just to maintain the HP than just burn down to power reserve and then get like 2 hits and then die from burn. What else? Is that it? That is it. That's it for Unova. Moving over to Kalos over here, starting off with Grant. Grant is weird, right? Grant is weird because he is this aggravation, you know, AoE flinching guy, but like the problem with aggravation on these kind of like stuffs is it's not very good. The flinch is not very good. AoE flinch like this is not very good. It's not like Leon where like, or Holiday Leon when you AoE the opponent, if you like freeze one person, you freeze the entire enemy team. This is, you get your chances of freezing like halved on each unit, which really sucks. It acts like how damage acts in AoE, which is like terrible. So he's actually not a very good flincher at all, unfortunately. What he does have going for him is he does have reasonable speed for a 3-gauge non-damage dealer, right? His attack is really not that good, so maybe they could give him a sync nuke. I was looking at the wrong stats, but still not very good over here, right? So they could give him good sync nuke, but I really don't see him being super good, unfortunately, because first of all, your innate is to have the opponent flinch, and again, with the erratic nature of Rock Slide actually landing flinches, that first of all is going to be not very easy, and then second of all, again, your attack stat's not very good to begin with. So yeah, they could give him a sync nuke. I don't think it's going to be very good. It's not going to be easy to fix this unit. Maybe you can make him into a more of a special defensive tank, I guess, although he kind of already is that. So maybe you just give him a bit better physical defense buffs. Because again, he does have solid special defensive stats. He could, well, not max out, not yet at least, but I'm assuming you're gonna at least get X special defense, MP refresh, or even better, the ramp up version for special defense, right, on this. And you have graduate heals over here, so yeah, maybe turn him into like an AoE speed debuffer, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know what they're gonna do with Grant. I don't see too many good options for him, unfortunately. Moving on to Ramos. Ramos, I don't see him being extremely good. But what you could do, which would be very nice, right, is just simply give him the MP refresh on, or not MP refresh, move gauge refresh on Sleep Powder would be very nice already. He could definitely do some damage sync nuke wise, because this isn't super hard to get, right? And he does have solid physical attack stats, so if you add, you know, multiplier, that would be nice. It's just, he doesn't really have that many other options for multipliers, right? You could give him an extra like a Rude Awakening 5, I guess. But obviously something much better would be stuff like Inertia or Haymaker, but generally Inertia, Haymaker are usually, and not all the times, but a lot of them are more for strikers rather than techs. Techs usually got like the debuff. Sync Nuke and multipliers, again, not all the time, like, you know, Marnie has like Inertia, right? Marnie's tech. But yeah, just give him a few more Sync Nuke multipliers, and honestly, I'll be good with that. I'll be good with that. And again, the Sleep Powder move gauge refresh. Seabold is not very good. He has a very interesting kit. He has very good special attack. The big issue is Water Pulse or Sphere. Terrible moves. Unless they could get him like mad multipliers on these, right? I don't really see them fixing him from that aspect. Although, since again he does have good base special attack, you could definitely try to give him some multipliers over here, right? Brain Sync or whatever, and make him a decent Sync Nuker because he is Water type and has good special attack stats, right? So that's definitely something they could lean into. Moving on, Wickstrom. Oh my god, this guy is not. Wickstrom, what are we doing with this guy, man? All right. Obviously, you have different stats for Blade Form and Shield Form. Blade Form's supposed to be the more offensive form, except his attack isn't like anything crazy or special attack. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, right? I feel like the really like easy option they're gonna go to, which is probably what they're gonna go to, is just give him like Flinch Hitter, right? Flinch Hitters, give them a Sync Nuke on that. I would prefer. Right, I would prefer just give him stuff like Aggravation first of all on Ironhead to make the flinches a bit more, a bit better. Obviously, you know, MP Refresh on King's Shield would be nice, I guess, right? I really don't like this, man. Like the concept is fun and all, but like in practice, not that good. So yeah, try to get some, I guess, flinch multipliers. As much as I hate it, I just don't really see like too much else that they could add to him, right? It's just the really easy flinch stuff. Maybe they could. I would like to see him more as a defensive unit rather than an offensive unit, however, right? Make him a bit like Steven Metagross, where you could take hits, right? And you could also, you know, flinch the opponent when need be. It's just a bit hard because Steven actually has like solid defenses, and he does have good defenses when he's in shield form, but again, when you're in shield form, you can't be flinching the opponent. Very good defense, in fact, in shield form. So it does make him a bit vulnerable over here. So maybe some like passive that makes him like switch form immediately after using or landing a successful like flinch, or landing an unsuccessful flinch. Because I mean, if you flinch, then, you know, whatever, right? You know, the opponent's not attacking you unless they swap to, unless it's, you know, V3 and then someone else hits you or whatever, right? So maybe just after every Ironhead, you swap back to defense form, which then would be very good, because every time you're taking a hit, you're going to be in shield form, and then every time you're dishing out a hit, you're going to, you know, be in sword form. That's going to be very powerful. I don't think they're going to do that, though, because that's going to be a bit overpowered, and making up a whole new like thing just for this one unit. I don't think they're going to do. Wulfric over here. Wulfric is not very good. He's probably going to be kind of like what they could do with Seabold, right? Good attack stat, right? You're not a mega, so you have good, you know, BP on your sync. Avalanche again is not very good. Ice Fang is not going to be very good either. So just make him like an Ice Fang, spam into your sync nuke on Avalanche. Although the slight issue is, looking at the multipliers, I hope it's going to be either Towering Force or Haymaker. However, there's a really good chance that it might just be the freezing sync up and flinch hitter, right? Because you have flinch and frozen over here. If that's the case, then give him like the Volkner passive with Thunderfang. That at least would make it not as bad, right? But he could definitely be a decent sync nuker, right? If given the right multipliers. Let's see, Valerie. All right, those are all not it. All right, moving on to Alola. Last one. Starting with Kahili. Kahili, also another one of those Avalog types, right? Where you do have very, very good attack stats, and then your regular moves just like are terrible, right? These are just terrible moves. So again, just give her Sync Nuke multipliers. Just completely give up on her DPS, right? Don't give her like Peck Crit Strike 9, right? Even if you give Peck Crit Strike 20, it's gonna hit like nothing. What's you know, this gonna turn 20 power gonna turn into 60, which is still like half of your, you know, a good 3-gauge move or whatever, right? So don't worry about any of that. Just give her a really, really good nuke, right? Preferably if she also comes with the EX, that would help as well a bit, right? She does have guaranteed crit, so that could really, really help, right? EX Striker with the guaranteed crit. Again, with the very, very good attack stat over here. She's not a Mega, so that's very good as well, right? Give her like a Haymaker. Yeah, don't make it like some burn multiplier, please. Just keep it simple. Give her Haymaker, and we got a solid unit over there, right? Okay, let's see. Moving on, we got let's see, Mina. Oh boy, Mina. Mina. God. It's just going to be a pretty standard tech nuker, I'd say, right? You already have the attack down thing, but the weird thing about Mina is she doesn't have like anything else. It's just attack down and attack down again. It's like a Clay, but like worse in terms of debuffing, because at least like Clay, you know, you have one that's a 2-gauge move, you know, saves you a bit on gauges, but it's only one target, and then the other one's a 3-gauge move, which is a bit heavier on gauges, but it debuffs the, you know, entire team AoE, right? This one's just like, all right, you have a Charm that has -2 attack, and then Play Rough, which does damage and has like a teeny chance of -1 attack. They could play on to Play Rough a bit, give her Power Posture, so the Play Rough could actually do some solid damage. I hope she doesn't turn into just like one of those generic tech sinks that don't do any damage on your regular moves. I do hope that she actually does some solid damage on the regular moves, right? On top of maybe getting a bit more on your sync as well would be nice. So you know, a bit more balanced in between DPSing and sync nuking, right, and stuff. Why do I keep on going back to this page? That's terrible. Let's see, anyone else? Sophocles already got one. Nanu's not a gacha. I think that is it. All right then. So yeah. Anyways, that's for me. This one, I guess I'll be all around. Guys, think in the comments down below. Like, share this video on our channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. Hopefully I could finish off my essay today, because Holly Leon's dropping tomorrow, which, as usual, although I might still have some technical issues, so assuming all the technical stuff is good, we will be live streaming the Holiday Leon summons tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Have fun, folks. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.